You want to know what the loneliest sound in the world is? It's not a funeral. It's not a hospital. It's this phone sitting on this table that hasn't made a single sound in 4 months. I'm 82 years old. I have 3 grown children.
I changed every diaper. I worked double shifts so they could have the shoes they wanted. I sat in the rain at every game, every recital, every graduation. I gave them my back, my knees, my savings, my sleep. I gave them the best years of a man's life. And last Christmas, I got a text message. "Merry Christmas, Dad." No period, no phone call, just those 3 words, and then silence again. That's what a lifetime of love got me. Now I know you're watching this because you feel it too. You're sitting in a house that used to be full of noise, and now it just echoes. You pick up that phone and you dial and you get the voicemail and you leave another message. "Hey, baby. Hey, son. Just your daddy checking in. Call me when you get a chance." And you sit there and you wait, and the phone just stares back at you like it's got nothing to say. I need to tell you something today, and it's gonna land hard, but you need to hear it from somebody who's been sitting exactly where you're sitting. Stop calling. Put the phone down. Don't leave another voicemail. Don't send another message into the silence, because every time you reach out and get nothing back, you're not getting closer to them. You're just losing more of yourself. Now, before you turn this off, hear me out. The reason you keep calling isn't really about them. It's about fear. You're terrified that if you go quiet, you become invisible. You think if you stop reminding them you exist, they'll just forget you entirely. So you call again, you text again, you apologize again for things you did 20 years ago. You make yourself smaller and smaller, hoping they'll finally make room for you. But here's what I had to learn the hard way. If you have to remind your own child that you're alive, they've already made a decision about you. And begging doesn't change decisions, it just confirms them. When you call 5 times a week, sounding lost, sounding desperate, sounding like a man with nothing left, you're not pulling them towards you. You're teaching them that you're a burden. And people run from burdens, even people who love you, especially people who are supposed to love you. You reach, they step back. You reach again, they step back further. And the distance becomes a habit. The chasing ends today. Now, the first thing you have to do is harder than putting the phone down. You have to stop prosecuting yourself at 2 in the morning. I know what you do. You lie there in the dark and you run the tapes. You go back 30, 40 years and you put yourself on trial. Maybe I was too strict. Maybe I worked too much. Maybe I should have said it more. And you convict yourself every single night. Let me tell you something. I was not a perfect father. I know that. I made real mistakes, and I own them. But I was there. I didn't leave. I kept that roof over their heads and food on that table through things that would have broken a lesser man. I loved them with everything I had, even when I didn't know how to show it right. If your children are punishing you today for who you were decades ago, that is their choice to carry, not yours. You cannot spend the rest of your life paying a debt that never gets settled. At some point, you have to put the bill down and walk away from it. Forgive yourself. You did the job. It wasn't perfect, but it was real and it was yours. You deserve some peace. Now, what do you actually do with yourself? My grandfather told me something when I was young that I forgot for about 50 years and then remembered all at once. He said, "Hall, if you chase a butterfly, it's gonna fly. But if you build a beautiful garden, it'll come to you. And even if it doesn't, son, you still got a beautiful garden." For 5 years, I sat in this chair waiting for that phone. 6 months ago, I said enough. I signed up for a woodworking class, started making things with my hands again. Real things, things you can touch and give away and be proud of. I started playing chess at the park with a group of men who argue too much and laugh even more. I got my grandmother's gumbo recipe out of the drawer where I'd left it for a decade. I started cooking again, started eating well again, started sleeping through the night again. And something happened that I didn't expect. I became somebody worth knowing again. I stopped needing them to fill the empty space in the middle of my chest. I filled it myself with real things, living things, and my life got so full and so genuinely interesting that I stopped dreading the silence of this phone because I stopped needing it to ring. Here's the part nobody tells you. When you stop calling, when the guilt trips stop, and the sad voicemails stop, and the desperation stops, your children notice. Maybe not right away, but eventually they start to wonder, why hasn't Dad called? What's he doing? Is he okay? And curiosity is a powerful thing. Curiosity brings people back when guilt never could. And if they do call, and some of them will, they won't find a man sitting in the dark waiting to be loved. They'll find a man who's living, and that's somebody worth calling back. But I have to be straight with you about something. I won't pretend otherwise. Sometimes you build the garden and nothing comes. Sometimes the distance your children put between you is a decision they've made and intend to keep. Sometimes people are just who they are, even your own blood. If that's what you're facing, if you find your peace and they still stay gone, then you let them go. You let them go with love because you raised them and you meant every bit of it. But you let them go because you cannot force a person to love you back. You can only decide whether you're going to let their absence become the whole story of your life. Your life is not a waiting room. My phone hasn't rung in 4 months. This afternoon, I'm going to go to the workshop and I'm going to build something. Tonight, I'm going to cook a real meal and eat it slowly and be grateful for every bite. I'm going to live. If they want to find me, they know where I am. The door is unlocked. It always has been. But I am not standing in the doorway anymore, and neither should you. Get up. Go build something. Go live the rest of this life like it belongs to you, because it does.